Welcome to this week's edition of In Search of Awesome, Michael Cole Facebook Live. We're going Thursday morning rather than Thursday night. And this is episode interview 298. My very special guest this morning is Danielle Pirsein. And if you look at the title, you'll know why I invited her. She had her first real full year on the floor in a level in 2021, and look closely at what she did. At a level 3, Danielle did 103,000 W-2. Now, you can see how many interviews I've done over the years, and I don't recall ever interviewing a service provider, Summit Stylist that has had that kind of performance. So now you know what got my attention. Now, the year before that, she was on the floor as an associate, kind of getting warmed up, and then but her first full year was 2021, and she told me that she's trending to do probably 125,000 on this in 2022. So you can see that what we're talking about here is amazing stuff. She's level 3. Yes, on the very, very front end of 20-something, 21. Her average service ticket, check that out, $230. You'll find out why. She does some really cool, unique services that I'll get her talking about. Look at her average service day, $1,025. Haircut is $88, and she's like a referral rainmaker on steroids. So she's knocking it out, pre-booking at about 60%. Now, she's going to be chatting about her story. I absolutely love her story. I think her mother has been in the business, and so I'll let her tell you about that. She graduates from high school in 18, hair school in 19, and fast forward in 2021, level 3 stylist educator. Also, the salon is a Kerastas salon. It's based salon in Chicago, Illinois. Salon owner is Krista Guerrero, and Krista and I'll be talking next week. I'd love to have her on for a conversation as well. At any rate, if you're not following Danielle, her Instagram handle is Danielle.BaseSalonChicago. You're going to want to follow her because you'll see in a hurry why she's doing as well as what she's doing. I just love how she's using her page to brand herself. So having said that, she is in my green room now. I'm going to go and get her and kind of bring her up and get her chatting about her story. Let's see if I can get my, there we go. I'm going to hit my full screen. Hi, Danielle. I'll be with you in just a second. Full screen, unmute. We're going to make you feel nice and welcome, Danielle. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and I can't tell you. I've been like you. We've both been very excited to have this time together this morning because your story is unprecedented. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. Seriously, it's great. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here. Now you're going to work at about 12 o'clock Central, so I want to make sure that we are respectful of your time.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, before we get into, what you're doing and to blow it up, we always, and especially this morning, I'd love to get you talking about your story and what inspired you to go from high school to beauty school into Base Salon. And because most people, they go from high school to do a little college and do whatever, but your story is unique. So tell us who you are and get the conversation going.
All right. So my name is Danielle. You already introduced me, I know. But so starting out, I was in high school. I always envisioned myself being a hairstylist after watching my mom do it my whole life. She's really a huge reason of why I'm at where I'm at today. We're always very close, and I kind of started the conversation with her like, I think I want to take this seriously. And she said, okay, well, if you're going to do it, we're going to do it right. She's like, I want you to be, in the big city doing great things. She was in a salon, but she just wanted a lot more for me than I think she had gone through as a stylist.
So
Um,
you said a whole bunch there. I just want to unpack a couple parts. So your mother being a hairdresser, when did you start
yeah,
like getting the inspiration that you thought that doing hair would be something like, were you in elementary school, middle school, back end of high school? When did that calling call out to you?
I want to say probably middle school.
Right.
I was always the friend doing other friends' hair
Yeah.
or just always invested,
Did your
you
did
know.
your did your buds know that your mother was a hairdresser?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So you tell her, you make the announcement. She says, "Okay, but if we're gonna do this right." Where were you? Did you grow up in Greater Chicago, or were you from a different area?
The south suburbs. So
Okay. Oh,
she,
oh, so you're going downtown.
yeah, and she said, "This is how you got to do it."
I love it. So you get out of school, and then what happened? I think there's some things that happened to you in school where you met Krista.
Yes. So I was in school still, and me and Krista kind of crossed paths through Instagram. We were kind of messaging each other, and I could tell right off the bat, like, I'm gonna love this person. So we interviewed, and I actually got the job while I was still in school.
Wow. So Krista probably was there for some sort of, probably just to kind of raise an awareness that this might be a place for graduates to consider. And you said, no, this is my deal. So you and her kind of hook up, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So you
Like,
you you did you when you started at base, were you her associate or somebody else's?
I was her associate. So that was an
Okay.
honor. She's the owner, master stylist.
Yeah.
Huge.
So what was that like? Your ride with her as an associate, and she was your teacher.
Um, Crazy, but everything I've ever wanted. And
Yes.
she'll laugh at that when she sees this. It's crazy in the salon, but she just kept me motivated and showed me, wow, like, I didn't even know I could have this much love for the industry. I thought I already did have so much, but
Yeah.
just meeting her opened a whole new world.
And so you get on you graduate the associate program, you're put on a level, you're on the floor in your first full year. I mean, you heard what I was saying about you. That's never happened before. So usually, you go, and now, you had a $30,000 year because part of it was an associate, but you explode from 30 to 100. Most hairdressers go from 30 to 60 to 80 to 90, and you went, no, no, 30, 103. What in the world? What's that like to like, because people can't even wrap their minds around it.
I don't think I could wrap my mind around it. I
Yeah.
didn't realize how crazy or how big of a deal it was until I was actually like at that level. Um, yeah, it was just like 0 to 100 kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it happened so fast. It probably was, you were well into the experience on the back end before you were even realizing what was happening. Then you kind of like stop to think about the experience you're having. And you're going, whoa, wait, what? It's like, whoa. So here's the next question I want to ask you, because I would be wondering how much that chapter of your life changed your life. So I'm an associate, I make 30, I go from 30 to 100. I'm assuming you've never had that experience before. How did it change your lifestyle, change you? What did it do to your emotions, your attitude, your mindset, or are you still kind of processing that?
Think I'm always processing it. I'm like gonna pinch myself even right now being
Yeah.
on here. But it changed for the better, like in the way of my financial freedom. I feel like I'm lucky enough to not have to tell myself no as much as I should.
Yeah, yeah.
But like more vacations, I'm able to depend on myself being only 21 years old. I think that's huge and it's not common for my age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's wonderful that you realize that, so you don't take that for granted. And it sounds
After-
like you're very humbled about it. It didn't like blow your ego up. It's like, whoa, okay, here I am, and so now I want to learn how to drive this life, so that as the years go on, it continues to unfold the way it's unfolding, or at least that would be my guess.
Yeah, for sure.
So as you're kind of like, you're on the front end of 2022 now, kind of looking out, got a couple months under your belt. What's on your radar in 2022? Like, what's on your mind? What's the next yardstick for you?
I think, of course, getting to that level 4, always trying to level up is
Yeah.
the goal. Um, Lots of beautiful hair, success, wealth, you know,
Yeah.
I feel warming up being so young.
Well, I mean, once you showed up on my radar, I got very curious about you. So I want to pivot our conversation a little bit about what you did and what you're doing to grow at the rate and the speed that you're growing. Like, what's your secret sauce? Like, or give it's like, because people are going, how in the world did she do that? What kind of services is she offering? What's she specializing on? So as you kind of reflect on that, what comes up for you?
Instagram is a big one, a
Yeah.
really big one. I feel like I'm good about that. And that's a lot of where my clientele comes into play.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to your Instagram now, to so that I can actually see it. Your Instagram handle is uh,
Yeah.
Danielle Chicago Stylist.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I'm just go while you're talking about it, I'm gonna like your highlights, your working reels, your grids. When I look at the hair, the messaging, the brand, those looks, it looks like you're into real modern color, and it looks like some of these looks you're using hair extension work. Am I seeing this, or am I hallucinating?
Now you're seeing it.
So when what I'm curious about is when you have a guest that wants both extension, let's say full extension, and some color. What looks like you're doing blonding, amongst other things. What's that ticket for that client, and how many hours are they in your chair?
Um, at least a grand usually, at
Yep.
least $1,000 one person. And they could be in my chair anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Like it
Yep.
kind of depends
Right.
what many to do stuff like that. But
And
you
how many of those, because your average ticket is like two and a half, right? How many of those $1,000 2 to 4 hour rides or clients would you do in a week? One a week, a couple a week on that, and the rest kind of traditional stuff?
yeah, probably at least half, and then the rest more traditional stuff. I think also like being on Instagram and promoting those services, that's kind of what I've like captured from that Instagram audience. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. And when I'm
Like
looking at your Instagram page, you've got about 1,200 followers. I'm curious, how many of your clients found you on Instagram and your page?
like I want to say at least 80%.
Wow. And
Yeah.
did they find you from going to your page generally, or did they find you from going to Base's page, saw your work, and then found you on your page? People ask me that all the time.
Yeah. So a little bit of that for sure. Being posted on Base's Instagram page. I've gotten clients from simply using a hashtag Chicago Blonde. Um, hashtags are huge. Tagging in my photos.
Yes. So yeah, and yeah, as I'm looking at your posts and your comments and stuff, you really do take advantage of tagging your work. And there was something else that I looked at that you do as well. There's a lot of messaging, DMing going on between you and clients, and you on your PowerPoint. I think you stated it as, what is it? Virtual DM consultation. Is that how you said it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Talk about that, and while you're just chatting about it, I'm just going to, because yeah, I said to you, send me some screen grabs of conversations that you're having on Instagram's DM, and you had some interesting things to say about that. So tell my audience what you told me.
So, you get lots of DMs throughout the day.
Yes.
People are reaching out like, I want this. This is what I currently have. As you can see the pictures there.
Yeah.
That kind of starts the conversation like, okay, I'm going to give you my professional recommendation, XYZ, and this is what it's going to put us at. Can I help you set it up?
Yeah, like I'm just seeing one, it was, hi Gina, thanks for reaching out, and then you said would love to kind of take a look at what you're looking for, and she sends you a selfie and of herself, and then she said this is a fresh right after leaving the session, and then there's even another selfie, and this is what it's looking like currently, right? And
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a real conversation here, and then when she starts asking questions about the price and the commitment, you're real transparent with her. I mean, she said, I'll put you down for just timing purposes, and we can decide, but a full balayage with the haircuts like 344, and you'll receive a $20 off, but everything it's almost like you use direct message to do the full consultation before she even showed up, so it's like the deal is done.
Yep.
How many of these kinds of consultations would you do with first-time clients? Is this pretty much your rhythm?
Yeah, for the most part. I think definitely starting this year, it's something newer to me, but ever since I kind of got introduced to it, it's been something that's really helped me throughout my career.
So there's even one that I'm just holding this up so my community can see. You're actually texting I said, I want to see you in action DMing, doing a virtual. So you got your mask on, and you're basically doing a virtual consultation in real time, standing next to, looks like a Kerastase retail product center. I love it. What now? Do you have first-time clients that have never had a virtual consultation on Instagram where they're going, "Whoa, this is different"? Because most people, they'd have to go into the salon. We're sitting in a consultation. It's 15, 20 minutes, and you're getting all of this handled before they visit you. It's almost like the first visit is happening on Instagram direct message. That's a new experience for most people.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think a lot of clients are very open to it. I think they kind of follow my lead in that sense. And they're like, okay, she wants to chat a little bit. And then we get into it, we get talking, and it makes sense, because they could essentially book for themselves online, but they could be booked for the wrong thing.
Yes. Yeah. So you just said a whole bunch there. So really the idea that there's a touch point, we're getting to know each other digitally before you even meet me in person for the first time. Have you, and this might sound like a silly question, but I got to ask it. So you got a client that you spend 10, 15 minutes DMing, and then a client that doesn't. They just kind of come in and you're doing your deal. Do you notice that the energy is different when you've had the opportunity to do a virtual before they come in? And do they talk about that?
Yeah, I think so. I think the client feels more comfortable that we have talked prior,
Yes.
um,
Yeah.
especially meeting me for the first time.
Yes. And does it, I can only imagine where you see me, oh, we're seeing each other. We've been texting and here we are in real time. Do you ever get that kind of energy where it's really
Yeah,
cool? Yeah, it's almost like we know each other, even though we're just first time we're actually seeing each other.
yes, totally. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, because that happens to me when I'm in the real world where, like you and we've never met each other like in real time personally, but there's probably going to come a day I'll see you, we'll hug each other. And, oh my God, it's like you're in front of me, I'm in front of you. And I can only imagine that that's probably how it works in a virtual.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So, the once that happens, are you finding then that that becomes like your Instagram page now is as much part of your chairside manner is having a real consultation, greeting your client, sending them off, that it's now part of the process?
Oh yeah. Yeah. As long as they're open to it and they
Yeah.
want to have that,
Yes.
yes.
Are most of them open? Like if you had 10 new clients, how many of them would be very cool about a virtual?
I think majority.
Yeah.
Um, some might not. I don't want to say not care, but a lot of the time, I do have clients where they're like, "Oh, just do whatever you think."
Yes.
No,
Yeah. And then but you know that, okay, great, but let's have a conversation because I'm going
yeah,
to be taking you to, it's a makeover. So I'm just not going to do what you think I should think. And then at the end, it's a negative surprise, right? So I know how important virtuals are in really kind of preventing surprises, negative surprises. So couple more questions I want to ask you real quick, because I know you got to get on with your day. One of them is a lot of people are watching this now. There's going to be a whole bunch more people watching the replay of this over the next few weeks or so. They're looking at you, listening to you. Many of them are going to go, "Oh my God, I'm 20 something too, and I can relate to kind of her ride, except you're at where they'd love to be. They're at where you're kind of used to be. And as you're kind of telling them what you're doing, they're probably going, gee, I wonder if I tried to do that, if I could get even close to what she's doing." But they're not sure. They got self-doubt. They got whatever. Is there anything you can say to them that would just kind of get them to jump in the pool and getting started?
yeah. So not gonna lie, like of course I've had my self doubts when I was first starting out.
Yep.
Um, which is normal. You're gonna have that anxiety. But your work, your consistency, and even just showing up matters all the time.
Yes.
Um, as you can see, I started out with a 30K W-2 and
Yes.
look.
Yes.
So, there will be hard times, but you never want to give up on the person that you're becoming.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm curious. I'm assuming your mother, being a hairdresser, knows that we're having the conversation, and she knows what you're earning now. How does she? What's been her experience as she's watching what's happening to you?
This is where I get emotional. She is so impressed.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
we were very close, always have been. She wanted the most for me. Um, and I think to like actually see it happening now, I think she couldn't be more proud. Um,
yes,
oh,
yes. What's
yeah,
your mother's name?
Amy,
I'm,
Amy Pearson.
Oh, okay. I was looking. I'm looking at my dashboard to see she might be working today, so she'll probably see the rewatch, or is she watching now?
I think she's currently watching now with Karen Miller, my aunt.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So they're so the two sisters are watching. One's watching her niece, the other's watching her daughter, and they're probably freaking out.
Oh yeah. And,
So I bet you it's
you
going to
know,
be fun having dinner with those two tonight, huh?
yes. And I don't want to skip out on the rest of my family. I think like everyone has been so supportive. Everyone, my dad, my uncles, everyone that has been surrounded um around me. They've all been super supportive. I know like sometimes hair going to beauty school can't always be taken super seriously. They were always on board with it. So I love my family and I appreciate them.
Yeah, I can't tell you the number of people I brought on that just said what you said, where because people have this predisposition of you're going to do what, and yet
Yeah.
when you really look at what you're earning, you're enjoying at 21 what many 4-year, 6-year, 8-year college grads don't enjoy in their first 3, 4, 5 years once they're degreed. So people can't really wrap their mind around what's possible. So you really are showing us all your vision of what's possible if you believe and you're willing, like you said, show up and do the deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you get on with your day, but I want to ask you a couple other questions. One, will you come back for an encore because I think you're just getting warmed up on Facebook, and number two, like I'd like to bring you to my Instagram community like right now, like not now because you got to go to work, but like next week. Like I've got enough. I was actually going to see if I could get a reel done on you today or tomorrow, and then have you come back for like a 10-15 minute Instagram live. I think my Instagram community would just absolutely go bonkers if you came over there with me.
Yes, I would love to if you'll have me.
Oh, are you kidding me? I love it. I'll hang out with you all day long. Well, say hi to your mother for me and your aunt, and have
Well,
a great. Now, are you still at home, or are you out in your own place?
I'm still at my own place right now.
Oh,
Yep.
I love it. So you're you're
Yeah,
you're on a roll. You're fast tracking.
I
Well,
think so.
Danielle, thanks again for coming on. I'll follow up on you. You and I will be DMing each other, and I also think that I'm talking to Kristen next week about coming on the program as well. So say hi to her for me too, will ya?
I was gonna actually just bring her up. Do you mind if I say one more thing?
Oh, of course. Go, go,
Um,
go.
so along with my family, I feel like Krista has also become my family. Um, she is the most influential leader slash role model I've ever had. Um, I feel so blessed to have ever crossed paths with her. So I just wanted to say thank you and shout out to Krista for everything.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. You're her Jedi. You're the Jedi. She's Obi-Wan,
yeah,
or you're her prodigy. So, and that's frankly, that's why I wanted Krista to come on so that her and I could have a conversation about you and what she did to help you to progress, and then other people that are working for the brand. How many people are on the team, by the way?
we got 4 stylists, 1 associate, so and then 2 estheticians.
Yeah.
Which,
So there's really four hairdressers that are on the floor on the level. Is it you and Krista and two others? Yes.
yes,
Are the two others they were there
or I'm
before
sorry,
you?
3.
Three others.
Yes,
So the three others were there before you started. Yes.
no,
Oh, okay. So how many people have started since you've started?
me.
Oh, okay. So meaning that the other three that are on the team, did they come on after you?
Yes,
Oh my Lord. So this is a startup. I mean, this is all new to everybody.
yeah,
And the people that started after you started, I'm assuming they're seeing how well you're doing.
yes,
So
yeah.
they got to be hyperventilating. I mean, they got to be like going, oh, because you're their vision of what's possible if they get on the bar that you're on.
Thank you. Yeah, and they're killing it just as much. Also,
Oh my Lord. So tell Krista I'll be chatting with her next week, and then maybe we'll bring on some of your other peers too. I'd love it. I've just never met people that are doing as well as you're doing and as quickly as you're doing it. That's why I'm fascinated.
Welcome to Base Salon.
That's right, based Salon. All right. Well, listen, have a great day, and I'm going to be getting back at you real soon.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
thank you
It
too,
was
my friend. We're going to give it up for you one more time.
Thank you.
All right. Stay well.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, wow. I mean, like, way wow. Did you did you guys just see what I just saw? I think it was unprecedented, off the charts. I just love the energy, the jump start on steroids. One of the words I hear today is fierce, right? Fierce conversations, fierce energy. And fierce to me is not, it's basically an attitude or a consciousness where we don't let fear stop us. Being fierce doesn't mean that we don't have fear. It just means that we're going to be unstoppable in the actions that we're taking, and we don't want fear to hold us back. And so and she, it was interesting. Danielle we've been texting each other back and forth the last couple of days, and she was saying, I'm nervous, I'm excited, I'm good. And it's like, she's that way every day, but she just continues to show up and not allow, the normal fears with doing things for the first time, talk us out of, kind of, we what if ourselves from taking action. So just an extraordinary interview, and I can't wait to bring her to my Instagram page to get that conversation going as well. So I always like to take a moment and just kind of give some closure to the conversations that we had, and for people that are new to this conversation, you're on my Facebook page, Michael Cole Millionaire Stylist. I'll be bringing Danielle to my Instagram page. It's the same handle. And when you go there, there's some cool little goodies that you can engage in. And it doesn't cost you any money. It's compliments Summit and L'Oreal. So if you go on my link tree in my bio, you'll get some drop downs about some calculators that we put together for setting goals and stuff. It just helps you to get there quicker. Reels is really I've kind of flipped all my content to Reels, and I'll actually be doing a Reel and Danielle, and then bringing her there to do an Instagram Live. So check that out as well. Check out summit365.com for our courses. If you haven't been part of the Summit community, schedule a complimentary virtual interview. And 30 minutes, and we'll kind of tell you what's possible. And then last but not least, we always like to express our gratitude to our we're the exclusive business partner. When I say we, Summit Salon Business Center, and L'Oreal is sponsors, if you will, or we're powered by L'Oreal, and there's L'Oreal's brands there. Get involved with L'Oreal and L'Oreal's brands, and get your clients involved, because to the degree that you're involved, they're in a position to support us financially, and that allows us to bring you content like this, basically compliments of L'Oreal and Summit. So been a great day. I know that a lot of people watching are busy. I'm going to let you get on with your day, and look forward to seeing you on Monday. We'll more to be continued. So we got another live cooking on Monday. See you then.